Assalamualaikum and hi to our beloved daughter and my fellow friends. I 2190123 Siti Nabila binti Azmi and my friends.
I am 2190120 Siti Nur Amalin binti Muhammad Samsul Hadi,
And we want to present the tasks that have been given to us based on story Here's Like White Elephant. Before we proceed, let me conclude the story.
The story is about a pair of lovers, Jig and an American man, at the train station. While they were waiting for the train, they chat about the presence of the baby. The American wants Jig to do an abortion while Jig refuses to do because she is afraid to do so and wants to keep the baby. But the American man convinced her to do the abortion and can live happily like before.
Let's proceed with the first task, which is causes of the problem that Jake encountered in the story. In the story, Jake had to face a lot of problems. Let's investigate what is the Jake problems.
The first problem that Jig encounters in the story is she afraid to undergo the abortion process. It is because she did not know what type of operation that she will undergo, as it is her first time. Other than that, the operation at that time is something uncommon and anything can happen to her too.
The second problem that Jig faced is she not brave enough to stand for herself. The American man is like a dictator type of person. He wants Jig listen what he wants. She also afraid if she not listen to him, the American man will hurt her.
The third problem is Jig stuck with the situation between choosing her love of life, which is the American man, and her pregnancy. It is because they both are very important person in Jig's life. Without having the American man, Jig needs to survive as a single mother on raising her daughter. Despite that, Jig's life will be empty without the presence of the baby. Last but not least, Jig wants to keep the baby but refused by the American man. It is because the American man wants freedom as they were before. He also promised Jig that they will be more happier if Jig go through the abortion process.
The last problem that we can identify is huge difference in opinion with the American man. We can see that Jig focus on emotion and impression while the American man focusing on fact and proof. Other than that, Jig want to keep a baby but he refused to do so. Next, we move to second task. We use SWOT method to explain this task. If I was a Jig, what would I do? I will leave the American man. Why I make that decision? It is because the man asked me to abort my pregnancy. As we know, not everyone is given the opportunity to have a baby. So, I need to choose the baby than him. The strength for my point is I can decide my own decision and can live happily without thinking about the feeling of others, especially the American man. I can choose to keep the baby with me and live together without his father. But it has a weakness, which is I need to be a single mother and need to find my own income to support my life. If I have a husband, he will support me and I no need to struggling find an income. The opportunities if I leave the American man is I can get a better man. I have a chance to get a better husband than before that can protect and love me and my baby. The threat for this point, I afraid if I get the same type of husband that have bad behavior like my ex-husband.
As we know, baby is such a gift from God to us. Baby is also known the door of the sustenance in Islamic religion for both parents. If I was a Jig, the thing that I would do is to keep the newborn baby. The strength for this point of view is that the baby can be my spirit booster and such a moral to be alive. As Jig that is being forced by her husband to abort their baby, she feels that the American man does not love her anymore, and the American man promised her that they will be much happier and things will get better if she goes through the abortion process. With the presence of the baby, Jig's life will be more happier. Next, the weakness that I can get from this point of view, Jig will be a single mother that raised their baby by her own self, because the American man will not going to be responsible to the baby. Zeke needs to survive by herself on sacrificing much things such as money to buy all the needs for the baby, sacrifice more time on the baby more than herself. Despite that, the baby will not influenced by his father's bad behavior to her. Last but not least, the threat from this point of view, the baby will not have enough love by her own father. As getting older and will be getting into school, she definitely will feel jealous about other people's father who have time for them to drop them to school and giving them a full of love and attention.
These are all the causes of the problem that Jake encounters in the story, and the things that I would do if I was Jake that we can conclude from the story of Hills Like White Elephant. Thank you for watching!